The last thing we have to do around editing a stream is making sure that inside of stream edit, whenever onSubmit right here gets called with our brand new title and description inside that form values object, rather than doing that console log, we need to call some appropriate action creator. Now recall that we already wired up the edit stream action creator to our stream edit form. So inside of onSubmit, all we really have to do here is call that action creator. Before we do, I want to very quickly pull up the edit stream action creator itself and just get a quick reminder on how it works. So if I open up my actions index.js file, here's edit stream right here. So take a look at the different arguments. The first argument is actually going to be the ID of the stream that we are trying to edit. Remember, when we make a request to our API, the expectation, if we are following RESTful conventions, is that we're going to make a put request to the API, specifically to the route streams / and then the ID of the stream that we're trying to update. So that's why we need to pass in the ID of the stream we're trying to update as the first argument right here. And then the second argument is going to be the new changed values that we want to update our stream with. Remember that prior to the last video, we accidentally had a form values object that had the ID and the user ID of the stream as well. Form values is really just supposed to be the changed properties of the stream. And so that's why in the last video, we had that long discussion around making sure that we only set up title and description inside the form. So form values should contain only title and description. All right, so let's go back over to our component and we're going to make sure that we call it with our ID and form values. So back inside of stream edit, I'm going to remove the console log we have in there. And then I will call this.props.edit stream. Now as the first argument, we need to pass in our ID. Remember, we've already got access to our ID very easily as this.props.match.params.id. Well, I shouldn't say easily because, yeah, that's a pretty long little thing right there, but whatever. So we're going to pass in that ID first. And then as the second argument, we're going to pass in the changed form values. So that's going to be the form values object right there. All right, and that is pretty much it. Now, before we test this, I want to point out one thing very quickly that's going to save us just a little bit of time. Remember, after we submit a form, the expectation is that we're going to make a request and then hopefully give our user some feedback. Essentially, tell them that something just changed, or maybe transition them or navigate them to some other page inside of our application. We already went over this topic in great detail with create stream up here. Remember, with create stream, we said that after we made our request and dispatch an action, we were then going to forcibly navigate our user back to the main list of streams. So I think that we should probably definitely do the same thing with edit stream as well. So back inside of edit stream, after we make our request successfully, after we then dispatch an action, I'm then going to call history.push and forcibly navigate our user back to the root route of our application. Right there, history.push. Okay, so let's save this, and then we'll flip back over to the browser, and we'll do a quick test. So I'm going to first refresh the page, just in case, and then I'll make a change to, how about just my description right here? I'll say, this stream is about refactoring, and then I will submit that. Now, as soon as I submit it, you'll notice that I get this stream is about refactoring right here, but you'll also notice that I've now lost my edit and my delete buttons over here as well, which is pretty darn interesting. So the input, or excuse me, the update took hold, that's good, but the fact that I don't see edit and delete anymore, even though that is a stream that was created by me, is a little bit disconcerting. So let's take a quick pause right here. When we come back to the next section, we'll figure out why edit and delete decided to up and disappear.